Hello, future chemists. Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of chemical bonding and molecular structure. Today, we are unraveling the fascinating concept of resonance. Have you ever wondered why some molecules seem to have more than one way of arranging their electrons? Resonance holds the key. We'll start with the basics, move through intermediate concepts, tackle advanced theories, and finally, delve into competitive level insights that will prepare you for GMA. Let's begin. Ready to discover why a single drawing might not be enough to truly capture a molecule's essence? Let's explore the ghost structures that make molecules super stable. Resonance is a fundamental concept used when a single Lewis structure isn't enough to describe the true electron distribution in a molecule. Imagine electrons not being stuck in one place, but spread out, or delocalized, over several atoms. These hypothetical structures, called resonance structures or canonical forms, show different possible arrangements of these delocalized electrons. We connect them with a double-headed arrow, signifying that none of them exist individually. Take the carbonate ion, for example, it can be drawn in three different ways, with the double bond shifting between the carbon and each oxygen atom. But the real molecule is a blend of all these forms. So, if individual resonance structures don't exist, what does? The answer is the resonance hybrid. This hybrid is the actual, stable structure of the molecule, an average of all its contributing forms. Think of it like mixing colors. The final shade is a blend, not just one of the original colors. This hybrid is always more stable than any single contributing structure. This extra stability is called resonance energy. In a resonance hybrid, all equivalent bonds have identical lengths, which are intermediate between single and double bonds. Also, charges are delocalized, resulting in partial charges on atoms. We often visualize this with dotted lines for partial bonds and delta symbols for partial charges. Now it's time to test your understanding of these basic resonance concepts. Pause the video, try to answer these three questions, and then resume to check your progress. Don't worry if you find them challenging, practice is key to mastering chemistry. Let's level up. We'll now explore the specific conditions under which resonance occurs and the essential rules for drawing accurate resonance structures. Resonance isn't random, it occurs in molecules with a conjugated system. This means you'll typically find alternating single and multiple bonds, or a lone pair or charge next to a multiple bond. This arrangement creates a pathway for p orbitals to overlap continuously, allowing electrons to spread out. When drawing resonance structures, remember these strict rules: only electrons move, never the atomic nuclei. Also, only pi electrons and lone pairs are involved in this movement, sigma bonds remain untouched. Crucially, the total number of electrons and the net charge of the molecule must stay consistent across all resonance forms. And always try to satisfy the octet rule for second-period elements. One of the most significant benefits of resonance is increased molecular stability. We quantify this stability as resonance energy, the energy difference between the actual resonance hybrid and the most stable single contributing structure. The greater this resonance energy, the more stable the molecule. Factors like the number of contributing structures and how equivalent they are play a big role. To visualize electron movement, we use curved arrows. An arrow starts from an electron source, like a lone pair or a pi bond, and points to where those electrons are moving, either to form a new bond or become a lone pair on an atom. This helps us track electron flow and formal charge changes. Let's walk through drawing resonance structures step by step. First, identify the conjugated system. Then, use curved arrows to move pi electrons towards an adjacent atom or to form a new pi bond. If there's a lone pair adjacent to a pi system, it can form a new pi bond, pushing existing pi electrons onto another atom. Always maintain octets for atoms like carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. Finally, calculate formal charges for each atom to ensure the overall charge is conserved. For example, in the allyl carbocation, you can visualize the double bonds pi electrons shifting to form a new double bond next to the positive charge, creating an equivalent resonance structure. Great work so far. Now, apply what you've learned about the conditions and rules for resonance. Take a moment to solve these 5 practice questions. Drawing structures and explaining stability are key skills for G. Remember, understanding the why behind the rules is just as important as knowing the rules themselves. Ready for a deeper dive? We are about to explore the nuances of resonance, from quantifying contributions to its special role in aromaticity. Not all resonance structures are created equal, some contribute more significantly to the resonance hybrid than others. The stability of a resonance structure dictates its contribution. Structures with more covalent bonds are generally more stable. Minimizing charge separation and ensuring formal charges are on appropriate atoms, negative on electronegative atoms, positive on electropositive ones also increases stability. Crucially, structures where all atoms, especially those from the second period like carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen, have complete octets are highly favored. Understanding these rules allows us to predict electron density and reactivity more accurately. Resonance itself highlights the limitations of using localized bond representations for delocalized systems. Now, let's explore aromaticity, a special type of resonance that confers extraordinary stability. Aromatic compounds are cyclic, planar, fully conjugated systems that strictly adhere to Huckel's rule, possessing 4n plus 2 pi electrons, where n can be 0, 1, 2, and so on. Benzene, with its 6 pi electrons, is the quintessential example. Its exceptional stability, quantified by a resonance energy of about 150 kilojoules per mole, makes it behave uniquely, preferring substitution reactions over additions. This specific arrangement of electrons in a ring system is a cornerstone of organic chemistry. It's important to distinguish resonance from other related concepts. Resonance only involves electron movement, with atomic nuclei remaining fixed, and structures are hypothetical. Tautomerism, however, involves the movement of both electrons and an atom, usually hydrogen, resulting in real, interconverting isomers. Think of ketoenol tautomerism versus resonance in a carboxylate ion. We also differentiate resonance from the inductive effect. Resonance involves pi electron delocalization through conjugation, is strong and distance independent. The inductive effect, on the other hand, is about sigma bond polarization due to electronegativity, is weaker, and diminishes with distance. Resonance effects typically dominate. These concepts are vital for explaining acidity, basicity, and predicting reaction outcomes. You've tackled some complex ideas. Now, test your analytical skills with these 7 challenging questions. From ranking stability to identifying aromaticity and explaining chemical properties, these problems will solidify your understanding of advanced resonance concepts. Take your time, think critically, and apply all the rules you've learned. Good luck! Alright, buckle up. We are now entering the hardest level, where we'll explore competitive depth concepts, quantitative aspects, and real-world applications of resonance. While valence bond theory uses resonance structures, molecular orbital theory provides a more fundamental explanation for delocalization. Experimentally, resonance energy is determined by comparing the actual stability of a molecule, example benzene's heat of hydrogenation, with a hypothetical, non-resonant structure. For benzene, this difference is about 150 kJ/mol, showcasing its immense stability. From an more perspective, in conjugated systems, atomic p orbitals overlap laterally to form delocalized molecular orbitals spanning multiple atoms. For benzene, 6 p orbitals form 6 pi molecular orbitals, with the 6 pi electrons occupying the 3 lower energy bonding modes, inherently explaining its exceptional resonance stabilization. Beyond traditional resonance, we encounter hyperconjugation, often called no-bond resonance. This involves the delocalization of sigma electrons, typically from CH bonds, into an adjacent empty p orbital in carbocations, a partially filled p orbital in free radicals, or a pi system in alkenes. It stabilizes molecules by distributing electron density and explains phenomena like the stability order of carbocations. Then there's cross-conjugation, where a central conjugated unit is simultaneously conjugated with two other units, but these two aren't conjugated with each other. This often reduces the overall extent of electron delocalization compared to a linearly conjugated system, as pathways compete, impacting reactivity in molecules like benzophenone. Resonance is crucial for understanding advanced organic reactions. For instance, in electrophilic aromatic substitution, the directing effects of substituents are explained by how they stabilize the carbocation intermediate through resonance. In SN1 reactions, resonance stabilization of allylic and benzylic carbocations significantly accelerates the reaction. Moving beyond stability, we delve into antimaticity, where cyclic, planar, conjugated systems with 4n-pi electrons are highly unstable, often distorting to avoid this state, like cyclobutadiene. Non-aromatic compounds simply lack one or more criteria for aromaticity or antimaticity, such as lack of planarity or complete conjugation. These distinctions are critical for predicting molecular behavior. The concept of delocalization, rooted in resonance, is fundamental across all branches of chemistry. In inorganic chemistry, it helps explain bonding in polyatomic ions and metal complexes. In biochemistry, it's vital. The partial double bond character of peptide bonds due to resonance restricts rotation, maintaining protein structure, and the aromaticity of nucleic acid bases stabilize DNA. In materials science, delocalized electrons underpin the conductivity of conjugated polymers, driving innovations in organic electronics. Even in spectroscopy, the extent of conjugation directly correlates with light absorption, a key analytical tool. Resonance isn't just a theory, it's a powerful tool for understanding and predicting the world around us. You've navigated through the most intricate aspects of resonance. Now, challenge yourself with these first 5 competitive level questions. These problems require a deep understanding of quantitative aspects, more theory, and the interplay of various electronic effects. Take your time, apply critical thinking, and articulate your reasoning clearly. This is where your G preparation truly shines. Let's continue to push your boundaries with the next 5 questions. These problems delve into advanced applications, complex classifications, and the broader implications of resonance in chemistry and beyond. They demand comprehensive knowledge and the ability to synthesize different concepts. Give them your best shot, and remember, every challenge overcome strengthens your foundation. Congratulations on completing this comprehensive journey through resonance. From basic definitions to advanced applications, you've gained invaluable insights into this crucial concept in chemical bonding. Mastering resonance is absolutely vital for excelling in G-main and understanding advanced chemistry. For more such in-depth educational content, practice questions, and personalized learning experiences, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting chemistry lessons. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep aiming for success.